Hi, I'm Gary and welcome to my Great Outdoors channel. In this video I'm going to show you how I put on a flashlight and a red dot laser sight. Not really a red dot, but a laser sight that's got a red dot to it. And this is an addition I'm making to my AR-15 here, and I'll show you what the package all comes with and how I get this mounted up. So stay tuned. Alright, so I've set aside my AR-15. I'm going to open up this package here and show you what's in it. Now you can get this on Amazon. That's an NC Star Tactical Red Laser Light, and I'll put a link to this down below. And I like this because I like the NC Star because my red dot green dot sight is an NC Star also, and it's worked very well for me, so I'm kind of sticking with that line. Anyways, you get this in this package here for $57, and what comes in it, if we open this up, is the flashlight and the laser itself, and also a couple of batteries. Now this uses the CR123A batteries. They're a lithium battery, but it doesn't look like they're a rechargeable battery. So these are commonly available at the stores and stuff, so I've got some spares from some other batteries that I've used before. So anyways, we load these into this, taking out the battery door. There's a clip on the back here that we pull up, and that'll allow the battery door to open. It comes off, and then the batteries go in, and it shows you on the sides here, positive in for this one, and the negative goes in first on this one. So you have them facing like this. Then we slip this door back on with this notch on here that hooks into there, presses in, and then you push this clip back in place again, and that works the light. It's got a switch on the back here, so you can switch between flashlight. Middle position is flashlight and the laser dot. Once you get it up there, it shows the laser dot more centered in the light, and then switching the switch all the way to the right gives you just the laser dot itself. So now I'll show you how I mount this onto my AR-15. And they've got a quick release on here with this lever here that makes it slide on and off of a Picatinny rail pretty quick and easy. So I'm going to set this onto my AR-15, and I'm going to put it on this particular Picatinny rail here, as it's the most convenient spot to me, also with the way I hold the grip here and so forth, and my thumb will easily operate the switches on this. So, but let's just switch it on here and get it sliding on, and then lift up this lock a little bit and get it positioned to a point where it locks in. Then in the next video I'm going to show you how I line this up, and I'm going to line it up with my existing red dot sight. Then when I get out to the range, I'll further zero it in. So I'll show you that next. Okay, so here I've got how I hold my AR-15 usually. This is the laser light itself, this unit, and I flip this switch to the left or the right. Left gets me on like permanently. There I've got the red dot. There's the white light. Center position gives me the white light and the red dot. Then far right gives me just the red dot laser. And another position on this flashlight here is for temporary. Get a one that shows up better. I just push it up to the right a little bit, and that's a momentary switch for turning it on. Depends on the situation you're in and how you need it. Alright, so here I've got my AR-15 set up on a table, across my table saw on another table here. I've got it blocked up here to raise this up at a certain level so I can get an aim at this target that I've got taped to my garage door here. Then what I'm going to show is how I'm using my red dot, green dot sight here, which I've got zeroed up already. And I've got that on pretty good. And now I'm looking at the red dot that's coming out of this one to get that zeroed in too. And what I'll do is adjust the red laser dot to join up with the, or as close as I can get it, to the green dot, which is right now pretty well set center on that target down there. So I'll use the Allen wrenches here to bring this up to the center on that target. And since I've got this laser kind of sitting at a 45-degree angle here, these adjustments are usually made for elevation and windage, but I'm going to have to go at this a little bit of a sideways to get this to work right. Let's bring it down and try and bring it up to, so I'm working sideways, kind of like working with an Etch-a-Sketch or something. So I think right there I've got it pretty close. And once this is a short range that I'm working with right here inside my garage. So once I get out to the range, I can work on zeroing this in further. Okay, now that we got the laser light is lined up, so it should show up on paper at least 25 yards. Now consider the path of the bullet beyond this initial intersect that we set up. After that intersect, the path of the bullet will deviate from that shot by a green dot sight, more so the further down range. Now what you want to do is to set the red laser light to be on target at the range you expect to use it at the most. Now, as with zeroing in any sight, it is set for a specific range to be right on. As that distance changes, be it closer or farther away, the trajectory of the bullet changes and you have to compensate for that for your sighting by aiming lower or higher. Additionally, for a laser light mounted as this is, the red laser light is going to deviate to the right the further out your target is, and to the left if your target is closer. These left and right factors would not exist if you could mount the laser on top or bottom of the barrel. However, in my case, my sight's on top and my bipod on the front prevent me from doing that. So you have a couple of sights to choose from, at least I do. For distant targets, I would suggest a scope or a red-green dot sight as mounted as I have it, on top of the barrel. But for close targets, use the red laser for home defense or tactical situations. In those situations, you need to acquire a target as fast as you can, whereas other sights take precious seconds to acquire a target. So, moving on to the next consideration is taking bullet trajectory into account. The bullet trajectory is the path a bullet follows when it has left the barrel of the firearm. It tends to rise for a distance, level out, and then drop to the ground if it has not hit something to stop it. Gravity eventually brings the bullet back to Earth. Also, the energy driving it dissipates and the bullet stops its forward momentum. The environment and atmosphere also affect the trajectory of a bullet. Temperature, humidity, rain, atmospheric pressure, elevation. When you get above sea level, air gets thinner the higher up you go. And then you have winds. The professional shooters will load their own casings based on all these factors for the location they're shooting at and adjust their aim. But for the rest of us, we compensate with stock ammunition and changing our aim to make adjustment. Now, as in this image, we see how the trajectory of a bullet changes from a professional target rifle and a combat carbine similar to the AR-15. They follow different paths, and these can change based on grain loads and bullet types. A professional target rifle will typically be true at 100 yards, then a bullet starts to fall. And it has a relative accuracy range within about 75 to 125 yards. For a combat carbine, similar to the AR-15, the bullet's trajectory increases a lot more, and it doesn't start to fall until further down the range. It has two ranges at which it's on target, 50 yards and 200 yards. Again, impacted by grain loads and bullet types. The AR-15 doesn't have an accuracy range apart from the 2 points at 50 and 200 yards, and nothing in between like the professional target rifle has. So when zeroing in your firearm or target shooting, take these factors into account. Practice and practice. If hunting, your target can be at variable distances that sometimes can be hard to guess at. In that case, you can use a rangefinder. There are some good ones, and I'll source some of those below. Also, trying to get your shot group, the 3 bullets, within the diameter of a quarter, which is about 1 inch. Accomplishing that before zeroing in will get you a better sighted firearm, and you'll do a lot better. Well, thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it and you got some inspiration to do some more things with your firearms. If you did, please give me a like, thumbs up, and share it with your family, friends, and fellow outdoors persons. Also, please subscribe and be sure to hit that bell icon so you won't miss anything new that comes out. And we'd love to hear your comments. I want to hear what you think and things that you'd like to see. So, thank you.